Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we're going to be having a little bit of a look at a wonderful, wonderful deck, which came out of Japan just yesterday. I showed you a lovely little Flareon deck, which was winning over in Japan. Today, we are going to be showing you, well, kind of another Flareon deck. Really, it's a Charizard deck that Shintaro Ito, yes, that Shintaro Ito, former World Champion Shintaro Ito, used to get third place in a tournament in Japan. And ladies and gentlemen, it focuses on Charizard, and you know that anytime we have a Charizard, people are going to go nuts for it. It has already been confirmed as being one of the theme deck Pokemon from Team Up, which is pretty awesome. And I did show you the Blastoise the other day from Team Up in a winning deck. So quite frankly, these theme decks from Team Up, they're showing us good Pokemon. But what about this Charizard then? Shouldn't we talk about what it actually does? Well, it has a really, really nice ability that says that once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on Charizard and then search your deck for 2 fire energy and attach them to Charizard. It is in fact the same ability that Incineroar has, except Incineroar does 3 damage counters, 3 energy. Charizard does 2 damage counters, 2 energy. But then the attack for 2 fire energy minimum, 30 damage, discard all fire energy from this Pokemon and do 50 more for each card discarded in this way. Now this is pretty gosh darned awesome, because the 2 energy, and bearing in mind that's just for the ability, there's 130, so pesky non-GXs like Gramble and White Kyurem and Buzzwole, they're going down. If you attach an energy from your hand, so there's 3 energy there, then you're on 180, so there's Blacephalon, there's Rayquaza, Tapu Lele, etc. But you can keep going. It is super easy to get 3 energy on a Charizard in 1 turn, but you can attach more energy if you so wish. And the deck is very much centered around Charizard. This isn't a deck that has Charizard in. This isn't like the Blastoise deck that uses Blastoise to accelerate energy onto Magikarp and Wailord, although I still adore that deck and will definitely be testing it. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is a full-on Charizard deck. But there are some other Pokemon. There's a 1-1 line of my boy Flareon. Now, Flareon has an attack for 3 energy that does 190, which is great. And it has a GX attack that for 1 fire energy does 20 damage for each fire energy in your discard pile, which is pretty great. I mean, that GX attack screams, this is my GX attack, I'll save it for the end of the game. But what we really like here is the first attack that for 1 fire energy, and bearing in mind we've got the Energy Evolution Eevee, so turn 1, Eevee in the active, attach an energy to it, and then you've got Flareon ready to go turn 1. And then you get to attach 3 fire energy from your hand to your Pokemon in any way that you like. That could be to Flareon, but it could also be to your Charmander ready for the future. What I do find very interesting, there are no Charmeleon in this deck, which surprises me a tiny bit because we've actually got the really good Charmeleon, which came around in Dragon Majesty, and when you evolve up into that Charmeleon, you get to discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and if any of them are fire energy, attach to Charmeleon. Essentially here, it's too gosh darned risky. We also see here a free 1 line of Alolan Ninetales, which I adore. This is great. So Alolan Ninetales is the phenomenal one that makes Stage 2s relevant again, which, when you evolve up into it, you get to search your deck for 2 item cards and put them into your hand. which gets you ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. It gets you ready to go. And essentially here, what you do is you grab yourself a couple of rare candy, or you grab yourself a rare candy and a card that can search for your Charizard, maybe an Ultra Ball. This helps you get your turn 2 Charizard. Because now you don't really need a turn 2 Charizard, you need a turn 2 Alolan Ninetales, and that will sort you out. And incidentally, it's this consistency that lets you get away with not playing Charmeleon. Although you're only playing one Alolan Ninetales here, so if it is prized, boo, hiss, etc. But you're playing 3 Alolan Vulpix, because Alolan Vulpix is wonderful. I love Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Vulpix for 0 energy lets you search for 2 Pokemon. And because it's for 0 energy, start of a Charmander, manually retreat it, and you can still use Beacon. In fact, every Pokemon in this deck, every basic, other than your single Eevee, which is a pain, has a retreat cost of 1. So if you start with anything other than your 1 Eevee, then you can retreat it into Alolan Vulpix and get the turn 1 Beacon. And if you start with Eevee, evolve it and get the turn 1 Flareon. This deck basically has a guaranteed good turn 1, which is awesome. So then what you do is you search out, and the ideal situation here is through a combination of Ultra Ball or just having it in your hand and using Beacon to search for 2, you end up with 2 Charizard and 1 Alolan Ninetales, evolve into Alolan Ninetales, search 2 rare candy, and have double turn 2 Charizard. Vulpix gets you 2 Pokemon, Alolan Ninetales gets you your 2 candy. It is not a difficult thing to pull off here. And then we get 2 Tapu Lele to search for your supporter cards, because, yeah, kind of need to get rolling here. In terms of the trainer line, it's just set up for consistency. The whole point here is getting rolling. We have a Heat Factory Prism Star. It's a fire deck. You're playing Heat Factory Prism Star. Discard a fire energy from your hand, draw 3 cards. Helps you draw, helps you get set up, and the energy in the discard could be good for Flareon. It is incidentally Flareon, the only one that's got a usable GX attack here, and it's great for your last prize. Obviously, we see 4 Ultra Ball. Obviously, we see 4 Rare Candy. They're both important for getting your Charizard out. Couple of Rescue Stretcher here to recover your Pokemon. And a couple copies of Pokemon Communication. I love that this deck plays Pokemon Communication. It's a fairly Pokemon-heavy deck. There's quite a few Pokemon in the deck, and you need the right Pokemon at the right time. So you can use this to swap an Alolan Vulpix for a Charizard, for instance. It means that you can use Alolan Ninetales to search for a Pokemon Communication, and you don't have to use an Ultra Ball and discard 2 cards. That can be a huge bonus. Although we are playing Energy Retrieval here, Energy Recycler, I should say, so that if you end up getting too much energy in a discard, you can get it back. Remember that Charizard accelerates from the deck, so you need to make sure you've got energy in the deck. That's where Energy Recycler comes in. 2 copies of Choice Band, because although you can hit the numbers with Charizard, something like Zoroark, if you've got 3 energy on, that is 1 for your energy attachment for the turn and 2 from the ability, you'll be hitting 180 with a Choice Band, 1 hit KO on a Zoroark. Clearly that's a good thing. So yeah, Choice Band makes a lot of sense here. In terms of your draw cards, we've got 4 Cynthia because it's the best draw card in the format. We've got 2 copies of Lily because it's another great draw card. And we've got 2 copies of Erica's Hospitality. Well, it's Erica's Hospitality. It's going to be in a whole bunch of decks. As long as you've got 4 cards in hand, not including Erica's Hospitality, you draw a card for every Pokemon your opponent's got in play. This can draw you a lot of cards very quickly. And then 2 copies of Professor Elm's Lecture. This is probably going to be your preferred turn 1 play, because really turn 1 you need 2 Charmander and an Alolan Vulpix. You need an Alolan Vulpix in the active using Beacon, and 2 Charmander, because like I've said, if you've got an Alolan Vulpix and 2 Charmander on the bench, all you need is 1 out of 2 Charmander and Alolan Vulpix in hand or searchable, and you guarantee yourself double turn 2 Charizard. That level of consistency for stage 2s is something we haven't had for a long time. We then see 2 copies of Guzma to drag Pokemon active, but it also acts as a switch. And 1 copy of Bill's analysis. You should be getting used to this. It's popping up in the majority of Japanese decks. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, put 2 trainer cards into your hand. Allow you to search for those rare candy, Pokemon communication, whatever it is that you might need. I adore this for so many reasons. I love that after waiting so long for Flareon to be good, we've got another Flareon deck. Although really it is there for turn 1/GX attack, it's not the main part of the deck. I love that Charizard's good, because it kind of feels right when we've got a good Charizard. And I did tell you, when I did my video about Charizard, I was big and bold and brash. I told you it was the best Charizard we've had in years. And I believed that. That was a sincere comment. And now it's proving to be really good. So I feel just okay about that. That's fun for me, ladies and gentlemen. I like that it's this good. And then, of course, it means that both the theme deck Pokemon we're getting in Team Up are confirmed to be good. And again, if kids are running out and buying theme decks to get into the game and getting good Pokemon in them, I think that gives us a better game overall. And look, when the world champion, or former world champion, who won it with Ordino of all things, is showing us a great deck like this, I think we all need to take notice. So I'm excited about this deck, but I would very much like to know if you're excited about this deck. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! But remember the most important rule as always, be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays for some more Wassy action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.